On January 16th, prominent educators, businessmen, and public figures from across the nation gathered on Vanderbilt's campus to discuss a recent report on the future of research universities. Discussion centered on how both business and government can support institutions, such as Vanderbilt, in an era of global competition. Here are some of the highlights from that discussion.
Because we produce in the United States about 25% of all the wealth every year for just 5% of the people. And probably the main reason we've been able to do that is because we lead the world in innovation.
And the good news is we found the American university system is by far the best in the world. There are many different ranking categories, but we're at least 35 of the top 50. And as we look around at other people trying to copy our model, we find it's very difficult. It's a unique DNA to us, and I'm sure they will get there. But our goal through these recommendations is when they get there, we want to be somewhere else. We want to be
because we can cut and dice and slice and have arguments about tax cuts and what they're going to do and cut spending as much as we can to the bone. But at the end of the day, the only way to address this greatness of America, the American dream, our future global competitiveness is to grow the pie. To do that in this globally competitive world where we do have China investing much more in terms of R&D, Europe at this stage waking up and investing much more than the United States as a percent of GDP in R&D, is this longer-term thinking that we as political figures might do, but the immediacy and the intimacy of the American people is we got to have action now. And it kind of gets us away from that longer-term thinking.
To truly allow colleges and universities to succeed in this, our job in government is to streamline the process and to get out of their way as much as possible. Obviously, we have stewardship responsibilities when federal or state dollars are involved. But our primary mission, I think, is to find the right people, find the right investments, make certain that they're focused, hold them accountable, and then get out of their way.
The stack of regulations for colleges and universities is twice as high as I am. I stood it up on the Senate floor one day when I voted against it. Autonomy as a concept's not well understood in state legislatures.
But as more federal and state dollars have gone to Medicaid, less money has gone to higher education. And we're doing everything we can to reverse that trend and try to get those dollars back into higher education for teaching and research purposes.
Our committee has recommended that we go across the country with this message. We're having regional workshops. We had one in Pittsburgh. We're here today. We're going to Dallas. We're going to San Francisco. And we want to pull all that together, then go back to Lamar and his colleagues in Washington this fall and say, what did we learn from the people that are actually making things happen? So it's a critical session for us.